Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hello.
Hey, welcome to a special edition of Once Upon a Game. Super sorry that we couldn't have Burning Crowns for you today. We were talking about it before. We really want to keep playing. It was just a really, really unfortunate series of events going on with poor old Dr. Wreckage and his power company. They just basically showed up and were like, yeah, we're turning off power this time. A couple of days ago, and there's pretty much nothing you can do when your power company wants to just be like, "I'm taking down this telephone pole." This isn't like this isn't a negotiation. I'm just doing this, you know. So whatever. Anyways, so sorry that there's no burning crowns today, but I'm also super excited to play another Once Upon a Game here and play a game of Ben Robbins' Follow. But before we get into pitching games and describing all that kind of stuff, let's go ahead and introduce who we are. So, let's go reverse clockwise, counterclockwise. Sam?
Oh, you're changing it up, starting with me this time. Hi, everyone. I'm Sam, Wise Fool, Wizened Fool, on Twitch or Discord and Twitch, respectively. I don't do a lot of streaming other than hanging out on people who are nice enough to invite me on their streams channels, like Eric over there. But
Aw.
if you see me in the chat or whatnot, feel free to say hi.
Yeah. Sorry, my glasses are annoying me with the reflections of my lights and stuff on it, so I'm taking them off. No, but dude, I love having you on. Some of my favorite. I'm not kidding you when I say, or like bullshitting you when I say that some of my favorite Once Upon a Games you've been on.
That is
Um,
makes me so happy.
right?
I
Like,
wish I could be on the show more, but
yeah,
time is late for me.
I know it's always late. It's perils of living on the West Coast and stuff, that kind of stuff. But yeah, no, seriously, it's awesome. I'm so glad to have you here. Cool. Let's go keep going around the table. AP.
Yo, I mean, if you know who I am, I don't need to repeat myself. And if you don't know who I am, dude, I think I might have mixed that one up. You know what? Just Google AP Gaming Real. That's all there is to it. Let's just leave it at that. Try to be
Wow.
mysterious and edgy, and I fuck up.
Okay. No, nothing. That's it. Just Google.
That's it. That's it.
Okay. Cool. MTO.
Hi, I'm Michael or MTO in most places. I'm a very, very amateur game designer, and occasionally I stream or show up on other people's shows. I'm currently designing a game called The Circle, which is all about shamans and magic and shit. Come check us out.
Yeah. Cool. And of course, I'm Eric. I'm the host and facilitator of today's game. Just a couple things. I'm on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube at Eric Vulgaris. I do a lot of random role-playing game stuff. Yeah, you really just check that stuff out. I play Torchbearer, Burning Wheel. I do a lot of like stuff with Luke Crane, like games right now. I'm kind of in that Luke Crane kind of mindset right now. I'm kind of, which is weird because it's a little bit of a deviation from what I'm used to.
Oh, it's a lot of a deviation from what you normally play.
I know. Maybe I also downplayed what a little bit means, as you'll see today. In addition, yeah, it's a pretty significant jump from like even Blades in the Dark, which I really really like as a system. In terms of when to call for roles and what qualifies for a role and that sort of GMing mindset, it's a little different. It's a little jarring. I'm still actually trying to figure out where one of those system styles ends and the other one begins, so I can get the tempo and the
That's
rhythm
really
right.
interesting
But
because
anyways, yeah, I'm sorry.
I feel like Burning Wheel. I feel like Burning Wheel very heavily influenced Blades in the Dark in a lot of
Oh,
ways.
it did. It did in a significant way, but it so did Powered by the Apocalypse. And like, but when you call for moves and how that all gets handled with stakes and that's it's very different. So, anyways, yeah. So, what we're doing here is we're playing Once Upon a Game, and this show Once Upon a Game, it's kind of based around the same principles as sort of like games on demand. If you ever go to like a PAX or something like that, or Gen Con, or any kind of like convention with a kind of scenario, or story games, meetups. There's a couple important things, and the most important rule to go forward with is that we use the X card, or the veil, any sort of. Basically, we believe in the principle that if you're uncomfortable in your game, we're going to time out that game here, and we're going to have a quick little discussion about boundaries and consent and where we want to go. Because we all agree to play a game, but we all don't agree on what exactly what's acceptable things in the game. And rather than make an exhausted list and be here 30 years saying, oh, I'm okay with this but not this and that kind of stuff, we're going to play until there's things that are not okay, or if there's something immediately as we start to progress and figure out details of the story that you're like, listen, I see this as a red flag coming up. Can we avoid it? That kind of stuff. Just being responsible people, zooming out from the game, talking as a group, communicating as a group, because respecting each other's as people as well as players in a game. Are we cool with that?
Oh yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Yep, that's the big thing. Yeah, so let's go ahead and start talking about the pitch for Follow. So Follow is the new game by Ben Robbins, the creator of Microscope and Kingdom and Microscope Explorer. He's basically he's a lame mage on pretty much everything online, I think. Yeah, he's the creator of the West Marches. Like, he's the guy who actually made it up. So he made up this game.
West Marches, yeah. Just for clarification purposes, they're very different.
Yeah, well, so here's how Follow is going to work. So Follow is going to be a game where we're all going to be a group of something, and we're all trying to accomplish a goal. That's the easiest way to put it forward, is that we're trying to accomplish a goal. We're to decide what kind of goal we want to do as a group, and then we'll start like filling in the roles and the problems, and we're trying to resolve it. And it's going to be done and resolved in like 3 or so hours, and it's all a one shot. It's going to be self-contained. So we're going to do the prep and play and everything in about 3.5 hours and be done. That's basically the most generic gist of this game. We're going to be telling. It's a very freeform game where we're going to be telling stories, like short scenes that encompass some sort of problems here, and then ultimately we're going to resolve them by, like, if we succeed or fail, by how we feel our characters feel, as combined with how we feel as our players feel, and a sort of like weighted pull something out of a bag type randomness to see if we actually succeed or fail parts. So it's kind of be like a little bit of like a game randomness if I would succeed or fail, in addition to sort of our contributions to it. It'll make more sense as we play. But just like any other Ben Robbins game or story game, it's very procedural. So if you don't know the rules already, it's totally fine. You don't have to know anything going in. You just go in completely blind. So this is the first step that we're going to do now, is that we're going to select our quest. And quest is very, very, very generic. We're going to pick our quest as a group. We're going to lay out these sheets here, and we're going to figure out which ones we want to do. So there's a bunch of quests in the back of the book, guys, in this PDF, that we can just try to decide on doing. In addition, there's a couple extra ones that he just released. For everyone over in TV land, I'm going to do a quick little recap of some of the quests here, and what constitutes a quest. It's basically like a meta problem. And we're going to try to see to resolve it. So the first one is like a cure. Like our goal here is to like cure a disease. This could be as easy as something like, like curing a zombie plague, or it could be like, curing a fantasy problem or like a space issue, right? Like the genre and that sort of stuff is all layered on top of this meta problem, which would be finding a cure for something. So that's like the first type of problem we could solve. The second one is the dragon. The dragon is sort of like the monster. It's like the Godzilla. It's the anything that it's a beast. It's a physical entity, or maybe not. It's an entity or an idea that is terrorizing a land, and we're trying to kill it. Right. That's sort of like the dragon. The heist is we're getting in to steal something. That could that could be like Wild West bank robbery to stealing the Death Star plans. Right. Like that's just the general idea of a heist. Right? Yeah. The music, we play as a rock band, and whether or not, like trying to seek fame and sort of resolving that sort of issues that come out. The posse, we're hunting down an outlaw. I've done that in space. It was pretty cool. The rebellion. The rebellion is we're overthrowing people. That could be like a gritty Cold War, like drama. It could be like killing Hitler, or it could be like mice rising up against their cat overlords, which Carolyn Hobbs, the creator of Downfall, did, which was really cool. I did 4th graders rising up against 5th graders, which was fucking incredible. the last one here is superheroes, and superheroes is a group where, like, you're basically forming your group as the Avengers, and if you guys can succeed in defeating like the sort of greater evil as well as working together, kind of problems. So that's sort of like the ones in the basic quest category. Anything of those calling out for you right now before I jump into some other ones, into these newer quests problems? Yay?
I had an eye on a couple. I was also looking at one from the expanded list that you gave us, which was the candidate. I was thinking it would be like kind of cool to do like trying to get someone elected in like some like ancient version of a democracy, kind of like an ancient Greece or like
like
fucking
an Athens.
Roman House of Cards.
Exactly.
Holy shit. Done.
Oh, we do so much political stuff. Oh.
No, like, it's okay though. Like this, I think story games have a lot of like in terms of like boundary and consent kind of stuff. So like your ability to inflict damage and things to players stops when it hits that player, and that player has sort of narrative control over the resolution of their stuff. So like there's a lot of like tools already in here, as well as us as group to zoom out and be like, listen, this is my intention here, and that kind of stuff. Or like being like, by the way, my character is totally lying to your character right now. And sort of like having that sort of meta conversation. But do we want to do that? AP, you're kind of quiet. No?
I was a little bit looking into the dragon, but that's just because of all the fantasy stuff. If we want to do Roman House of Cards, I wouldn't know what we were doing because I don't know what House of Cards is, but I do know Rome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay, it's kind of okay, this is what I'm thinking. It's like the last season of the West Wing. Is essentially what the candidate is.
Yeah.
Right? It's getting someone elected.
My thought is like it's getting someone elected, but like the reason why
House of Cards is the thing with Underwood. Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking something totally different. I thought it was the thing with Kirsten Bell.
But like there's
Batman?
the reason I wanted to do the ancient like the ancient
Tower of Papyrus.
House of Lies, Eric. It's called.
Oh, okay.
I got the two shows mixed up.
I see your confusion.
Yeah.
I think the election drama sounds very interesting. I'm also definitely open to Dragon, and I think Rebellion would be cool because I think it would be a lot of fun to sort of do because there's like the plucky young kids fighting tyranny, and then there's like the French Revolution Reign of Terror, and I'm interested in that bit.
Yeah. What do we want? I mean, I did the Rebellion already. I've done it twice now, so I kind of am interested in doing something different.
Well, that's totally fair.
That's the only reason why I'm
Eric,
shying away from Rebellion.
Of the things we've talked about so far, what are you leaning towards? You haven't talked
honestly,
yet.
I'm more interested in what you guys have to say. I'm a facilitator here, so like I can do. I'm down to clown in any town that you guys want to, but the candidate, I'm kind of feeling this candidate Rome shit, because I mean, we wanted to play Burning Crowns today, and this is kind of close to it. Forum of Parchment is it sounds pretty good. Thoughts?
Eric, you do realize that we may have to make this a recurring series if we need
We totally could. If I don't know, it's possible. Do you want to? Do you want to do it? I'm also cool with doing a dragon. It just doesn't seem as interesting to me as doing a candidate. Unless we want to do like a fantasy fucking dragon thing, or like killing a lich, I believe was an idea that we had.
Yeah, I recommended killing a lich, which I think would be cool.
I'm also interested in doing that simply because from like story games, I've never really done like the traditional like fantasy option with any of the story games I've played.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why I haven't, but it's just like kind of never happened.
There's also a lot more space for weird shit in fantasy.
Then do we want to? Okay, then maybe we table Roman House of Cards and we do something else.
Yeah.
And we do the dragon one.
Are we sure?
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like AP you suggested the dragon. Sam was thinking about the dragon. MTO was mentioning the dragon. That one has a little bit.
The dragon's the obvious one. I just want to point that out
before the stream started. And so I was like, well, that's probably the one we're going to go with. I hadn't really checked the others that much.
All right, that's cool. No, we
I
can
just
drag
roll
it.
a d2 and see what happens.
That's
I'm
fine.
good for either.
So I just have to do a quick little like screen capture here of the dragon stuff and drop it over in Roll20, so then we can all see both everybody in TV Land and ourselves here, and I'll throw it into Roll20. So that's page 1. So Ben has these play sets here, and it's not just sort of the name and what they are. You'll see it in a quick second. It's not enough to just be like, oh, this is what this kind of idea is about. It actually provides you all the tools you need to play, involving the sort of what types of possible challenges can unfurl, as well as the types of characters that could fit into this sort of chasing the dragon kind of like archetype stuff. It's really, really good. It's very, very... it's structured without being too limiting, I think is the best way of thinking about it. And that's a really incredible thing to do. So kudos to Ben, being able to give you just enough to play without, smothering you. So let me just drag and drop these things over into the game screen, everybody. Oh, that's really small. Let me fix that. That's Dragon Quest, and this is the Dragon one.
Oh, I must have missed a Roll20 link. Do you have that?
Oh yeah,
Can,
can somebody? He
Sam.
joined after I linked it. Would you mind just refreshing that for you? Not you, Sam. Would somebody just copy
I'm
paste that for
sending
me
it.
while I'm getting stuff set up? Thank you so much, guys. Super appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
All right, we're all looking at the right page, right? Okay, cool. Let me just
Maybe.
Okay.
And assumed way the fuck in.
Whoa! No, I just made this stuff fucking ginormous. That's the problem. I'm like zoomed all the way out, trying to make everything fit the same size here.
Mm-hmm.
So this is actually on me. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, fellas. There. I think everybody in TV Land can see that. So, cool. So we selected our quest. We selected the dragon. Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do... Let me bring up the PDF here. Okay, so this game's very procedural. Basically, we're going to just follow the steps outlined by Ben, and the game's just going to kind of resolve when we make scenes, and it's going to be really awesome. Okay, so we've selected our quest. Now the next thing we have to do is we have to answer the question here as a group. What makes our quest difficult? And as a group, we're going to select 2 things about this quest that make it difficult. So I'm going to point your guys' eyes over to Roll20 here. On the right-hand sheet over here, this one that I'm just kind of selecting in blue on screen, the dragon, there's a list of, what is that, 7, 8, 9 challenges? 6, 8 challenges.
Oh, we pick what makes it difficult, not the challenge first.
Oh,
Correct?
shit, you're absolutely right. I'm so sorry. I'm jumping around. This is what we do. We have to select what makes our quest difficult, which is right here. It's this section over here. I realize that's kind of small on screen. I'm gonna apologize. I'm gonna make this a little bit.
So do we do what makes it difficult before we decide like who we are and
Yes.
what the dragon is? Okay.
Yes, we
I
discuss our
definitely
problems.
believe no mere sword can slay the beast.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So cool. I'm gonna go ahead and underline the ones that we think are interesting here. So
I think since we talked a little bit about doing a lich, maybe having people that are opposed to us for whatever reason,
The Undead Protection Society that just
or
want us.
like
I was thinking hard to reach or find. Like maybe it's like in some dungeon or like keep or whatever, behind traps.
yeah, like
building on that, I was thinking something similar. Like the land is barren and lawless, and thinking it's like some kind of like fucking like desert waste or like frozen wastes kind of thing.
Okay.
yeah. What if
Like that.
What if the world is like basically fucked and overrun by the undead, and we're just like holding on for dear life? Like it's not that the Lich is in a place that's barren and lawless. It is that everything is barren and lawless and racked with scores of the undead. I'd be down for that.
The beast laid waste to it, essentially, right? That's
Yeah.
the idea. Okay, cool. So, so we already answered like the original questions too here. Is the beast a monster? Yeah. So, is there magic in our world? Is it obvious or subtle?
I mean, if there's a lich, there's got to be
There's
magic.
a Lich. There's
Right.
maybe. I mean, it could be like the only magic is undead magic, but I feel like that would be weird for the setting.
Oh no, I kind of like the idea. I mean, I don't think that we should go too subtle with the magic, simply because like of the witch concept. I definitely don't know that like it necessarily has to be like rote spells type of magic, but I definitely think like there's probably some some powerful opposing force to whatever the witch is doing magic wise.
I don't think there's a Gandalf though, unless we just want there to be. I don't know.
We'll figure that out. Okay. So here's the next part. So we selected what makes our quest difficult here. And now we're going to select our main characters. So this is the main character portion. The group of characters working together to complete the quest is called the Fellowship. We'll each have 2 characters in this fellowship, a main character and a minor character. Both are part of the fellowship, but are stories about the main characters. The minor characters are supporting cast. Some of them will almost certainly be lost if our quest takes difficult turns. First, we'll make our main characters, complete each step together, and discuss the choices, so everyone knows what other characters are like. So, here's what we're going to be doing first. We all want our quest to succeed, but if we succeed, what is your character getting out of it? Why are they here? So, you're going to be matching this sort of like one of these examples down here below. So there's 12 examples about, sort of like the people facing a dragon. You're going to be pairing that with page 7 examples from the PDF regarding sort of like your belief, your drive. Okay?
This is what we want from the quest, not what we need from each other, correct?
Correct. So what I'm going to do here is actually make sure I have enough space. I guess I'm going to have the space over here to use. So I'm going to start doing something like this. I'm going to put all our names over here. So this is going to be our sort of like diagram. Trying to think if this is the best place to put it. Yeah, it's probably the best place to put it on screen. Alright, so this can be our diagram of our table, essentially, where we're sitting and who's adjacent to us, so we all can kind of get that idea. So does anyone have an idea who wants to go first right now?
Oh, I do.
Oh, you've already been selecting shit. Awesome.
Yeah.
Alright, AP, you go first.
Yeah, I'm playing a mercenary named Chunk. He is a medium to good swordsman. Not the best swordsman. If people were to list the 50 best swordsman in the world, his name would not be on the list. But he's a good swordsman. More importantly, he works for cheap because he loves killing things.
Well, there's a lot of dead things, so you're going to have a lot of fun.
He's a little overweight. He's a little older than probably, a young swordsman should be. He's like mid-30s now. Looks a little tired. He's got dark circles under his eyes. Doesn't sleep very well. But when you need to throw down, Chunk is there.
Awesome. So what is your drive here? Is it wealth?
I believe that the drive is
Chunk, what is best in life?
destroy everything is his drive.
You want our success to destroy everything.
He's a
That's what he wants. Is he just really likes killing
He
things?
just wants to hurt stuff.
Yes.
So, but why does he want to kill things?
I think he likes
Psychosis?
that.
Sounds like...
Because it gives you fame?
No, he doesn't care about fame overly much. He really just likes watching things die. it makes him feel like he's maybe a little bit more powerful.
Nothing in the world is
To
sweeter
give
than
me
killing,
power.
huh?
Then the answer is actually to give me power.
He's not looking for power. He has the power, but sure.
Well, I'm saying like you want success to give him power and and confidence by destroying everything, right? Like the destroy thing is more as like the how, like the by way of method. But deep down you really want to feel secure. But then that's true. But then what about wealth? What is the same thing then? Never mind. Just put destroy everything. If you could do this for me, AP, so I put our names in violet over here to the left on
Yep.
Roll20. Just size 56 font. Just write like your need or something below your thing. And who else wants to go now?
It looks like MTO has something picked out.
Yeah. Mine's pretty flexible. I like the idea of playing the guide. And I think by guide I mean like literally and metaphysically the guide. Like I know where the Lich is, but I also like the idea of me having some type of weird relationship to the Lich. An idea I had was I'm a revenant that he brought back, and
Okay.
so I'm like a dead person that was attacked, brought back to life, but somehow retained just enough of my consciousness to be like, I want to die. And so I want to bring myself peace.
Shit, that's rad.
And I don't think it remembers its name.
So where does it go by?
I think it goes by end.
Okay, could you go ahead and write that in size 56 font below your name over here to the right? So I know what I'm selecting. Do you want to go first though, Sam? And I'll go last if you have something.
I want to see what you pick first. I have a couple different ideas, and I'm
So
hoping
I'm going-
someone's down
Yeah.
for me.
I'm going with knight here. I'm gonna go with okay. I'm going with Sir Castrin. Sir Castrin Orlok, and Sir Orlok wants to destroy this lich. Because I think that Orlok is one of the he's kind of like, okay, so like whatever like the humans are left, right? He's pretty much going to be sort of like an Arthas stand-in. He's doing this to protect the peasants and the people of his lands, right? He's very much like the lawful good kind of guy. Very, very much the ideals of, like kingdom and justice and stuff will prevail over evil. That kind of, this is, evil will not have its day in the lands of fantasy realmia, right? And so, my goal here is to protect the kingdom. Actually, I think is instead of peasants, it's going to be actually protecting the kingdom, protecting the way of life. Is really what I want, right?
Whatever's left of it.
Yeah.
Cool. So I was gonna pick the wise one, but like a little twist. I mean, I know. So MTO specifically said, there's no Gandalf. So I wanted to make a twist on that, where he's with you guys, but really what he's there for is he wants to become the next Lich.
Ooh.
So
We're a terrible group. We're really bad at this.
yeah. So he's tells everyone he's basically like.
I guess
this,
we're playing Fiasco instead.
Or a good example is if any of you have read Joe Abercrombie's books. He's like a little bit like the wizard in those books. His name is Barthelsatraz. He goes by Barty.
That's like 3 different names chopped up into one.
But he
Hi,
just,
what's your name? Barthelsatraz.
yeah, so he just goes by Barty. I think he's like kind of known around the world as like being a wizard, but like he's known to like kind of be pretty average at it. Like he's like not a very like there are other wizards that are known to be better than him.
Okay.
So that's why he wants to go do this, is because he's like, oh, all I need to do is take down this lich, get a bunch of people to help me, then I'll find his research, and then I'm going to be the most powerful wizard in the world.
Who's the guy from the Warhammer fantasy universe that basically did this? I'm trying to... I know it's a thing.
No idea, man.
Von Karstein?
Maybe? Him and Krell fought a lot.
I have no idea. But let's stay on track.
That's cool.
We
I like it.
have our next step. So here's the next step. Before we do minor characters, what we're gonna do is so imagine we're sitting at a table, and we're sitting in the order that I have listed here in purple, right? So we're in a counterclockwise fashion. So to the person to your left, right. That person has something that your character needs and that they're unwilling to give you. Okay? This is something that... So, for example, Sir Castrin needs something from Chunk, but Chunk is unwilling to give it. And there's a couple lists here from the book. For example, I need his trust, his love, his forgiveness, the truth, his protection, his loyalty, his support, training, some power, but he'd be unwilling to give it to me. Discuss, and I'll go first to help kind of like set up how to do this. So AP, help me out here. So I need something from you, but you won't give me it. This could be either something from like a personal relationship or some kind of past history or other background. I like the idea that prior to the Lich or whatever, you were kind of like a, you know, you were kind of seen as an enemy of the state or whatever, but now we have to work together.
For sure.
So, what do you think? How do you think that looks? I need your support.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on this quest.
Or I guess loyalty would be the better way of thinking.
Someone's paying me money to be here, but I'm just like, all right.
Yeah, I want you.
Something else to kill.
Yeah, I need from you to like. Yeah, like I need you to be like to see that like what right and wrong is rather than just money, right? Like I need your loyal. I need your. So I'm going to write down support, but that's what I mean when I say support.
Wouldn't you just mean loyalty then?
Yeah, fine. I don't know.
I need your loyalty, so I'm going to write down support.
Yeah.
What if it was also? It could also be something like you kind of need him to like behave, right? Like he's a mercenary, and like you're a knight. Like you need to make sure he like stays on track. That's
So maybe I mean
loyalty, right?
I'm putting that, yeah, but I feel like that probably just falls under loyalty. I could see respect under the same thing, right? Like it's very similar ideas, but like, okay, we're all on the same page. What's important is that we discuss this, and as a group, we're kind of on the same page here of what I need. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we're going with. Okay, cool. So, all right, Sir Castrin's done. So, does someone else want to go? It doesn't necessarily have to be AP in order.
Is your name End, or I didn't catch that?
Yeah, MPO's, yeah.
Alright, I need training from End. Chunk is really good at killing people who are right in front of them. And they often get paid to do just that. But when they need to find people, he normally just goes to taverns and waits for them to eventually show up. And learning some tracking skills would be great. And probably for that very reason, I think, maybe you won't teach him tracking skills? I don't know. You tell me.
I like it. I think End's... I sort of imagine, because End is a revenant, them sort of having some type of magical ability to track people that maybe End can't teach you. Like, it's not that he doesn't want to, it's that he actually can't.
Oh, you can find the Lich because
I was created by the Lich.
Yeah, you're correct.
I
It's
don't
not like
understand.
you're a great tracker.
No, that doesn't make sense. You have to be able to teach me how to do this. It's a thing.
Are you in character right now? Okay. That's the trick. Is sometimes the characters do sound exactly the same.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't teach you how to track, so that works for me. Let me think here.
Well, while you're thinking, does Sam have an idea?
Yes, I do. So I need something from Eric's character, which is Sir Castrin Orlock. And I'm thinking that I think it's your trust. Because, like, I need you to not realize that I'm the bad guy in this story. I need you to, like, think that I'm trying to save everything, because, like, I have to imagine that you're bringing some of the monetary aspect to this quest, some of the funding being that you're a knight and I'm just, an old wizard who is not very well respected among his peers. So yeah, I need your trust and maybe a little bit of respect, but I think it's more the trust aspect because I'm trying to fool you.
But I'm unwilling to give it to you. Why am I unwilling to trust you right now?
You could maybe not trust magic. I mean, it's kind of fucking us over.
I don't trust magic users.
That could be a thing.
It could be that
of a realm. That makes sense. I dig that.
So I could see it going two ways. I could either see it going that way, or instead of trust, just do respect.
Well, I have a question for you. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
What if we're like brothers or some shit, and it's like, it's like, come on, I'm your brother. Like, I don't like, no, it's like you turn to the dark side or whatever, and it's like, no, you got to trust me, and like, really, I'm right all along that you're an asshole.
Yes,
but you're like, but no, let's do this, right? Something like that.
That's
right?
true. It's like no, like because I like maybe try to like convince
or like best friends, right? Like we're best friends, and yeah,
I like that.
Yeah. Okay. So you need me to go along with your lies, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me think here. I think.
So then, just so it's clear then, you need from me, you need Sir Castrin to believe your lies long enough so you guys can get there and betray us and capture the Lich's power.
Correct.
Okay, cool. All right. I'm unwilling to give that to you because I think that you're untrustworthy because you were always that like scoundrelly friend that we had growing up before the Lich attacked and that kind of stuff. Okay, cool.
And maybe it's like it could even be something to do with like the magic is like you don't trust me because it's like no, magic is just an all corrupting influence and like.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh man. Okay. So for some reason I'm thinking Sir Castrin. I'm getting like he's like resolute. So I'm really thinking about like imagery here of like a bull or like a boar or like a ram. Yeah, I like a ram. Yeah, so he probably has like some ram bullshit, like ram motif.
Castrin the ram.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Cool. So I feel like this is like literally just an expansion to WoW. Writing the fucking final chapter of the Blizzard universe. I'm sure Blizzard writers are going to be sitting here scribbling, taking notes from our game, guys.
All 10 of them, right?
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So guide. So end. What do you need out of Sam that Sam is unwilling to give you? Or sorry. I'm not going to say your name. Just call him Bart. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm not saying
Bart or Barty is.
Can you say your character's full name again?
Barthalcatraz.
I think End wants from Barthalcatraz. I think End wants the truth. I think End wants to know that if End kills the Lich or helps you all kill the Lich, he'll die. And I think he thinks that Barthalcatraz is the only one who can tell him that, for sure. And I don't know if Barthalcatraz knows.
But okay, that's actually perfect because the thing is that Bart would definitely not tell you. He would not admit that he doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's some like enigmatic wizard bullshit that he can't tell you. but he actually knows because he's a really smart wizard and he's really great.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Love it.
All right, you want to go ahead and write that in?
Yeah, sure. Let me get my text tool.
Yeah, no, I like the idea that because it's funny, like you guys you're kind of having this battle of like forbidden knowledge between each other, but secretly you kind of like both know each other's like kind of things. Yeah.
Yeah, like I definitely know that he knows more about necromancy than he's letting on, but I can't get him to tell me what he actually knows about me dying.
Yeah.
Which is all I want.
Exactly. I love it.
I just don't know.
Yeah.
Really, I just don't know. Oh god.
Fucking rad. Okay, so here's the next step, and this is the last part of sort of the sort of like prep part of the game before we actually play out stuff. We develop our minor characters. So we're going to come up with a minor character. Minor characters in Follow, they just represent a concept and a name and a little brief description. They don't need a like a need, right? They don't have a drive yet. But if you want to like come up with one, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just they don't need the same like sort of fucking relationship web that main characters need. Okay.
I got one for you.
Okay.
The peasant is my younger sister, Lynn. She comes along because she has no place else to go. And her only thing she wants to do in life is to sleep in and wear comfortable clothing. She has no ambition in life. She's very melancholy. Kind of a little sad sometimes.
Well, she's a peasant. I mean, that's not.
Could you go ahead and write that in, AP? By the way,
I am.
Yeah. I have an idea for our character. I'm thinking about grabbing the man-at-arms. Oops, I have a text box instead of the. I'm thinking this is sort of like Sir Castron's boss, right? Like this is that fucking grizzled. This is like Sir Barristan Selmy from Game of Thrones, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is like the guy who's fucking seen it all with the scars and he's decorated general, like head knight of the Order of Light or whatever. Yeah. So I gotta come up with a good name for this guy. Boy. Obviously his name's Sir Darren Brightstaff because we're just doing some fucking bullshit. Blizzard. So yeah, so like I said, Sir Darren is sort of this not just like the quartermaster. What's the term? Like a man at arms. Like he is sort of he's the Gurney Salic, you know? Like he's like the house fucking leader guy of like all sorts of combat and marshalling troops and kind of stuff like that. He's a field marshal. He's that kind of guy.
Cool.
And he's a minor character because I expect him to fucking die.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. Who else wants to go? Oh, we already have one.
My character, my minor character is Olivia. She is the survivor of the attack that made End. And End used to be her husband, Marcus.
Ooh. Okay.
That's my idea, is I want to have a character that's like, and Marcus, remember, not Marcus, and I don't know.
What about Bartholomew Traz?
So I think I want the noble, and I think the reason is that I don't know the whole spell yet, but I do know that part of becoming a lich requires sacrifice of noble blood. And so I just need to make sure that this guy makes it to the lich when I kill him.
This entire quest is literally a fucking escort quest.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I guess we're doing.
It's not a grand epic adventure for you. You're just like, all right, come on, Ashley.
It wouldn't be Blizzard. It wouldn't be a Blizzard game if it didn't have an escort quest.
Is it at least like a good escort quest? Like she'll throw you money and coins periodically?
Maybe, I don't
Heck
know.
no.
But I think he's like really pompous, and like, uh, just like exactly what you would expect from like a noble that Bart would pick to sacrifice. Like, it's like the whole time, like he's like, it'll be like it would be like Bart puts up with this guy's like nonsense all the time, and the whole time it's just like, oh, I can't, oh, I can't wait until we get there. Oh boy, it's all gonna pay off.
Oh my god. Yeah, he's like naive. Oh man, that's
We're all. This is just so sad and destined
yeah.
to
This
fail.
is, you guys. Oh, they were literally playing Fiasco. Okay. Well, that's fine. This game supports it. Let's go. So, yeah, let's just. Should we? Okay, we're getting ready to pick up a challenge and actually start beginning play, and we're about at the top of the hour. So why don't we go for our first break, and then we'll come back and we will continue and start our opening scenes here, for follow. So thank you guys so much, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes.